We're out on the water. I just showed Charles the one I showed you guys on the unboxing. The knockoffs are making knockoffs of the knockoffs now, because I don't know what I don't think the delicacy was actually intended to look like anything. Yeah. It looks the same, but it's a 3-piece.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Also.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like the quality of.
No accuracy.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Or no action like the delicacy.
Yeah, it's nothing like the delicacy.
I mean, that would be a good square bill rod or something maybe.
It's cheap, $13 rod, and it shows it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're on the water. I'm going to put you guys on the old chesty right here, and we're going to start fishing. We're going to catch some bass for sure. I didn't show the whole process. It's a process getting my little boat, so you imagine what we went through. We got this bigger boat out here. We're going to put in a good day today and try to catch some largemouth bass. So buckle up, hang on, let's do it. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Trying out my new reel, and I got to throw my new bait first. Look at that little dude. I haven't showed Charles yet. Look at that little thing.
Oh yeah, that sucks. It won't work.
Yeah.
It looks good. I'm going to buy some.
Well, that's what we got to try it. I almost pulled the trigger just after seeing them. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait, and I'm just going to see. It necessarily doesn't have to catch a fish today, but it has to work properly.
To work properly. As long as it works properly.
Because you never know for sure if they're hitting top water, you know. I honestly think they will be. I think I'll catch a fish on this thing. So we're going to rig it up, and that TRD is going to, it's seen better days. So we do have a small clip. This is the, I can't remember if they call this a whopper plop or not, but it's a John Koo, very small bait. New Black Knight 2. And actually this is a rod we just picked up also last week. So we're just going to cast it right out there. Oh yeah, you hear that, Charles? And I picked up a leaf. Let me cast it by plopping. Charles.
I heard it, it was plopping.
I'm going to throw it right over this, oh. Oh! Oh!
Did you have a bite?
Yeah, I missed it.
And this is kind of
you hear that noise?
Yeah, it sounds good.
It's got a leaf on it, but it does, it sounds good. Now we just got to, really, I truly need to catch a few fish and see if this back stays together. So I'm actually babying it. Okay, there's it further. Whoa, I had to stop that.
Boy, it flops slow, doesn't it?
Did I miss my only?
How heavy is it?
Very light. Here, fill it.
Yeah, it's fairly light.
Yeah, it's oh shoot, I forget what grams it is.
Yeah, I'm still having trouble with grams.
Well, it says right on, I just don't remember. I'm horrible. I just call everything an eighth, a quarter, or 16th. Yep. It just makes it simple.
Yep.
Like, that's about an eighth, that's about a quarter, and that's a close price, just over 16th. There we go. There we go, boys and girls. Oh, the drag for this little setup. But no, it's not no monster. Here we go, boys and girls. Oh, do I want to boat flip it? That is only 6 pound. Oh, you know, I didn't think he got bigger. No, that's a nice bass.
I wonder how I should rig these, Norman. Should I rig them with the tail inline
6 pound
this?
test. Hang on. Oh, he comes.
I'd say not.
Woo. Hang on, Charles. I'm in the middle of catching a bass. Look at that. What, 3 casts in, our new bait, our new reel. That is a 1.5 pound bass, I bet, just by how fat it is. Probably should only weigh a little over a pound. Nice chunk. Okay, got a pick. He's got to go. Let's see if we got a jumper, Charles.
No, it doesn't like that.
Oh yeah. Nope, just swam off. All right, guys, let's go. Now, we're not going to get any major tests in by how low this reel will throw, but just overall what it throws. And if you guys remember the reel test, his issue with this reel was actually throwing the heavier baits. And you can see I mean, it's not heavy, but it's heavier, I think, or as heavy as the baits he was struggling with, and I'm not having an issue. I'm having an issue with these freaking leaves. So oh, these leaves are a nightmare, and they're everywhere. It's like I said, it's we literally have 1 week basically till Halloween. Charles is struggling. Look at that. That's the Black Knight 2, Charles. See the size difference?
Yeah.
It's like way smaller than the original Black Knight.
Yep.
Let's try back over. Here's where that one came from. You literally have to cast it. And then, oh, Charles has one. I heard that before I saw anything.
Oh man. Oh, I lost it.
Charles.
On my new little get up.
Underspin. Might want to just tip that hook up a touch. I will tell you guys that on, if you get the smaller jigs, a lot of them just like I used to do on crappie jigs, to get the hook not bent up but just slightly tipped up, it gives you a little bit better hookup ratio. For me anyway. Okay, see that, guys? I'm going to do a cast test right here while we're doing this. Whoa! Get off that wood. Don't lose my new bait. Yeah, not just barely. Like you, just so you can tell that you did something, but barely.
Yep.
Is what I found I like.
Okay.
Because they come out either dead straight or even tipped in a little bit, almost like EWG. And if you struggle with hookups,
well, I always struggle with hookups.
Then that
just
little,
to a certain extent, because it's no backbone. You know, this rod
right?
has
Yeah,
no backbone.
Yeah, Charles using that little bitty old thing. That thing casts a long ways. I mean, this is. I tell you what, this rod too, Charles. I kind of like this freaking rod.
It's a nice setup. Yeah.
It will fling some baits. It will throw little baits too.
Mm-hmm.
I went out. I mean, I might be a foot or so shy of where, you know, say the Zephyr will throw a little 1.5 gram bait. Mm-hmm. But this thing will throw so much better stuff. Like once you go up, it's more of a mid, you know, all-purpose.
How these work? That's much better.
But first, oh, that was right in a big pile of freaking leaves. Okay, I want one more way up there. Black Knight 2 and my new John Co bait. Thumbs up so far. Okay, you can see I got a bunch of rods out there, so we're gonna jump right to the big Black Knight, the Black Knight 1, and I'll try to show you guys the difference real quick. So a whole different animal altogether. The original one is a huge beast compared to the little one, new one. So I'm putting the little new one down, and we're going to throw this guy. Now this is what I'm going to throw real quick, and I'm going to test it. It's 15-pound everything, leader and braid mainline. We're going to throw our big baits with this today. And I may end up going down to say like using also this with an 1/8 ounce shaky head, because this rod, the 803, is capable of like doing all that. It's very good rod.
Yeah.
We're going to throw this on the outside edges, 3/4 ounce.
Have you seen the microwave guide?
Yeah. Whoa, not good.
That didn't work well.
Not good. Got to tighten her up. Oh, well, no wonder.
You got no break at all?
It's set at 0.
That's because you did that your little
so we'll set it in half.
Session. Gotcha.
Yeah, that was the first cast you guys saw me make with this reel. But that's why I love braid, Charles. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
The braid just catches itself. All right, boys and girls, couple things. I switched, and now we're going to go with the NRX with the Black Knight, which is 803. I put the 1/8 ounce on that, so we're going to check it and use that for that. We're going to use the because it's got a drag clicker, one thing. But Charles, I told him, I said, my Black Knight 2 will cast a trout magnet, 1 gram bait. And so I guess Charles wants proof, because I don't have any, but guess who has a trout magnet? I have one now. That little thing, I guess that's the one that weighs. I don't have my scale or nothing to weigh it, but we're going to see.
It's 1/64.
we're going to see right now, and put you guys on the chesty, we're going to see about the Black Knight 2 casting the little bitty trout magnet with that little crazy pink rod. It's a match made in heaven, right? Let's go. I'm definitely not a huge fan of this little whatever this thing is. But it's not, let me rig it straight just in case it catches a fish. Very small.
That you're very likely to catch a fish.
Very small snap. It still adds a little weight, but who cares? I'm not going full what you call it. And we're trying it on this rod, which is definitely stiffer than you probably would want. But I told Charles, and he said he'd be interested to see how well this spool throws down lightweight stuff. So we're still set. That's the setting, if you remember, right? Because I took the magnets back out. This is where this thing likes to throw that 1.5 gram bait. I may want to adjust to see how it's dropping. I may want to loosen this up, but for right now I'm going to leave it. And I'm just going to cast and see. We'll see if we got a backlash or what. Look at that.
Not bad.
Well, I wasn't trying. But that was a pretty good cast. You got snagged or a fish. So let's go let's try it right here. I'm going to put a little more into it. That's about all it wants.
What do you think? Think I'm snagged?
Yeah, you're snagged. Pink TR. Now we're both fishing pink right at the moment. Okay, so let me try it again. And I'm about ready to loosen up the clicker, this just a touch. See how that's dropping? I'm actually going to do that. Come back a click. So it's definitely dropping a little faster. Let's see how it casts. No overrunning. I stopped the spool just in time. But you can see, I don't know, how many feet would you say that is, Charles?
40, 30, 40.
30, 40 feet. Probably 30 something. I'm throwing down. I started to almost have a backlash. Now I'm trying too hard. So technically, I might put it on the Zephyr today. I might not. I don't know. I should. If Charles had his, which other rod did you have that was super light? You got snagged it.
I swear that I'm getting bumps and they're pulling me into it. Oh, I've got it here. My stream angler's here.
No, I was talking about one of the solid tipped ones that was real light. Probably the delicacy with the white
angler.
tip.
Oh, you're talking the delicacy soft tip with the tip.
So, not that far, but you know who never throws these? Me. I'll never throw and fish with the bait this small. Charles will run us around. So I'll do a sidearm because that's the only shot I got. And it's accurate. Let me back off the brakes. So we know we like them, if you remember right, all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where normal baits, I liked it. So I'm going to go a couple down from that. And Charles is running us all over the place. So anyway, once we get out in a spot where we can cast, we're going to cast it again. I'll try a little sidearm out here right now. So, oh, the wind's blowing. The winds would be at my back right here. Castable distance for fishing, I guess you would say yeah. Have you ever tried to cast this with yours, Charles?
Yeah, cast them all the time.
No.
No, I put a weighted bobber on.
Put a weighted bobber or something else?
Yeah, I put a weighted bobber on. Go ahead. I have fished them. I have cast them straight like that though.
But
PW will do it.
I'm gonna go another
without too much effort.
2 clicks.
It doesn't get a lot of distance.
Okay, let's see this. I'm kind of on a boat. It's kind of leery. Whoa, definitely had an overrun. I don't know how many clicks I went up. Let's go right to, there's right at 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. That was 7. So 1, like 3 3/4. Let's try that real quick. And then I'm going to get done. I'll be done with this freaking trout magnet. So if I was aiming for that side of the bank and I had a backlash, probably because I'm throwing in the wind. But this reel, now that's dead on 4.
I can do that with the original.
Shit. Cast this thing that far? Guarantee you can't. Well, I can't cast because Charles is behind me fishing with that, and so I can't do any rearback, nothing.
Why not?
Because
My line's in the water.
your line's in the way.
It's not. It's in the water. See? You didn't even.
No, trust me. When you're trying to cast and you're worried about something behind you, all that plays into factor. When you're doing test casting stuff. So anyway, let's try it again. And this tip, yeah, I see it backlashes and catches when I go looser. So we're right back to where we originally started when you're trying to cast one. Well, so yeah, 4.
Oh man, he wanted that.
He ate it. I told you. You fishing with pink TRD still? I told you. So there you have it. How well does my Black Knight 2 throw that little dude? Right? Game over. Here, let's do this. Don't ever do this. Shazam. All right, let's go to something else. Just to try it, because I just bought it. I paid freaking, what did I pay, $6 or $7 for that thing? But I definitely love my rattle traps. I've kind of went away from them a little bit in the last couple years, but half ounce, almost in that color, was probably my favorite for years, favorite rattle trap. So we're just going to throw it. We just threw the pink little trout magnet. Whoa.
Back down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buzz this to the end up there.
Yeah.
And let the wind bring us down.
Through.
Yeah.
So if you guys can see the difference on baits. Trout magnet, and I don't even know how big these are. I think that's the smallest rattle trap they make. If you guys can see. Boat flying in the wind. Look how fast, we don't have a thing to tell speed. You guys tell how fast we're going? Like, look at the weight. That's just a trolling motor. Of course, that's what a good John boat, like they're flat, the way they'll just kind of skim across the top of the water. So, yeah, I'll make this cast. I got it real fast.
I do really like this boat. You know, the size of it, because it's got tons of room. It's small enough it's easy to maneuver, but it's got
Right.
tons of room in it. And you just put a troll motor on it, and you just rock start along. I don't care.
Oh, there's a follower. Oh. Dude, one followed it. Like he was right there. Oh my God. Chatterbait. Yeah, go. I got a fish and I'm stuck over a tree and it come off and my freaking chatterbait is hung in the tree and the chatterbait came off.
Did you break it? Oh.
No, it came out of the tree. And I need to check that line. But
There's your boat. That one, that's what you need right there. That's the boat you need.
it's the size I need.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's a float.
Let me get this turned. What happened to my chatterbait? It won't straighten out. Did you guys see that little mess we just got into? I'm going to keep that footage, but why won't my chatterbait, why won't that thing stay straight? But as you guys can see, this little rod and reel combo is very, whoa, there's one. It's very good. I actually like this little $24 rod. I definitely like it. Let's see how well it'll boat flip. Let's start checking the boat flips. That is a good chunk. Oh wow, that's, I don't know if you guys can see the bend in that rod. So that, it's legit. I have to admit it. It is legit. And I will probably actually be buying another one. I was telling Charles this. You guys can stay tuned. I'm going to wait till I get all my other rods in. Whoa, man, that fish did not have to do me dirty that way. Just to make sure there's not one I like better around that price point. But man, 24 bucks. I've already got, this rod's already been spoken for. Noah wants it. But I'm going to order another one. And if it comes in with better cork, I'm going to give him that one. And then I'm going to take this cork off, put a long solid handle, add a touch of weight to balance it for me, and then I'm going to use it because it's there. It just works. Like I was telling Charles, it's kind of in between. It's.
You're gonna find that,
I'll probably find one better. Maybe.
Yeah, it's
we'll
much
see.
Same money.
Right, and it's pretty much the same price as a lot of them that I got coming. Like I got one for $31 with 2 tips. I think it's a Toma. I got the Delicacy. I have another Mavlos that actually I think I'm gonna like better than the Delicacy, maybe. It's got a handle set up kind of like the Dragon, but it's, oh, right at the freaking boat. Oh man. Look at the line I had. I'd had like that much line. I saw him come up and grab it. But yeah, I can't remember. It's just Mavlos. I don't remember if it's called anything else. And what's funny is they show the spinning.
My problem is a lot of them that I've been looking at, you can't tell what the action is.
Yeah, and that's.
So I'm like, I'm gonna stay away from that one because I just can't tell what the action is.
And that's why I ordered as many as I did. I don't need them all. Yeah. I just was like, for myself and to, more content for the channel, I'll figure out a way. And what I plan on doing is we'll weigh these rods, because that's one thing nobody really knows. Some of them put the weight, but it's hard to tell is it right or not. That's like this rod. This rod is not a 6-foot rod. I held it up to one of the other ones, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 5'11". It's not a true 6 foot. But that part don't really matter to me. But we're gonna show you guys where the balance point is, how much they weigh, the overall action of the rod, and then durability at some point. Now, if some of them are so janky that we don't like them, like that little Sirlang-a-lang thing for $13, I might.
Is it here?
Yeah, that one. You saw it.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. Did I fish it?
No.
Do you have it?
I got the other handle reel on it.
That's right.
I suck it on it, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Putting it up, it gets on my nerves.
Oh, that's the one that's the Delicacy copy.
Yeah, Delicacy copy for 13 bucks. Now, if you were on the extreme budget, like say here's the thing, and Charles, do you still have Mr. Charles? What'd you do with that reel?
That one went
At
to the
first,
Amish.
Okay, first you actually liked that reel.
I did, and then BFS progressed.
Right, that
and
was.
I progressed, and.
But what I'm saying is, and it would go perfect with that $13 one. So I may. I don't know if I'll buy it. But I could tell you guys now
what these others are.
You could get that $13 Sirlang-a-lang-a-lang. You could buy the Mr. Charles was like 23 or 5.
I think it's still offered too.
And that is about the
part.
Yeah, it's still, I've seen it. It's still there.
Yeah.
On AliExpress, Mr. Charles. It's a black and red reel, so it's black with like red highlights here and there. So it would go right with the red part of the reel seat on that other rod.
Right.
So you could buy that. You would have under 40 bucks in a BFS combo, and I guarantee it'd work.
Oh, yeah.
The Mr. Charles had the same issue that Charles didn't seem to mind that the Phantom had. The line would get stuck in between. On me, it did it to me once or twice, and it's definitely, you can feel it's a cheap reel, but it does work. So if you guys are on an extreme budget, it's an option. I may actually bring up the pictures in a video one day and just throw that out there for guys that are like, I don't want to spend any more than I have to try out BFS, because it's cheaper than you can almost buy a spool for.
Yeah.
A whole combo. So
Well, unless you buy spools like I buy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the average person, you're going to look and find a $30 to $50 spool.
Right.
So say if you've already got a Black Max, but then guess what? You still ain't got a rod.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm with you.
So just a freaking cheapest combo to get fishing. You know, then you get some cheap. You may even have some 6, 8, 10-pound line or whatever, slap on it, and you're really ready to go.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, honestly, if you throw heavier stuff, most of the BFSs are, I have a little bluegill chasing this, more forgiving.
Right. Well,
Heavier weight than like a regular bait caster. So if you're just starting bait casting, a cheap BFS
right is a way to learn. And
heavier lures.
Yeah.
Would be a good way to learn.
Well, that's what I said back when, because I more or less taught Noah on either finesse or BFS stuff is what Noah learned on. I mean, he was he 8 years old? He was a high-end BFS. He was using my, reel. He was using my Rosso reel, which is like a $350 Mega Bass reel, with that cheap rod I put together, and he was flat just nailing bass on the TRD, that bubble gum, just like how you've seen how good it does work. But he was catching one right after the other, and I got skunked that day. It was cold, like 38-degree water temps. It just warmed up enough that we went out to jack off around playing, and the wind was blowing so hard on one side of the bank, and I told him, I said, just get as close to the bank as you can. He was literally like 2 foot away from the bank, casting along it from one side to the next. I got a little fish, and then he was catching. Now they were a little bit bigger than this, and that's all he was catching. But you talk about a kid having fun.
Oh yeah.
And I was trying to get him hold still to take a picture. Here, I want to go get it. Here, he's ready to cast again, you know, because he knew like it was just on it.
That's crazy that he doesn't want to go.
Yeah,
no, that's how you hook a kid.
I know, he's been on so many good fishing trips with me that he's just like, nah. Like, we've gone before, and he was nailing them, and he's like, I'm ready. I'm like, well, they're freaking biting. Nah, I'm just bored. I'm tired of it. I'm like, dude. All right, we are approaching the final phases, but once you guys look right down here, it's kind of what I got going on right at this time. I got the NRX rods, 803, 802. That's my, like, and then this one also, the Tatula. That's my power stuff, or very high power finesse. Then we got the Teton 661, which I'm still looking for several rods to fit with those. And then that little bitty sucker. But anyway, what we're doing now, we're going in to the final stretch. We're going to try to catch some big fish, and Charles is loving what he's doing. Got the trolling motor on high. So anyway, at the end of the day, I ended up with all 4 of these rods with different colored worms on. And I'm gonna probably finish that day out. But Charles, I think maybe, is going to throw topwater, because there should be a topwater bite kicking in. Uh-oh, we're going off-road, and Charles is up in a tree with a buzzbait.